What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here with another episode of Local Legends of the Flint Hills, where business meets community. I've got David Romero here with me with Brothers Coffee. We've got some really good information for you here, guys, to talk to you about what he's got going on down here at Brothers and everything in between there. So, David, thank you very much, man, for letting me kind of pick your brain for a little bit and talk through a couple things. So, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's go, man.
Let's do it, he says. All right. So, let's talk. Tell me a little bit about that day, right? That first day where you're like, I'm quitting my other job, I'm getting into this, I'm going to brew coffee for the rest of my life. What does that look like?
Well, it's a very interesting day because I had just resigned as a lead pastor of a church. And man, from that moment, I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I was supposed to stay in Manhattan. And the greatest thing about that is within a short period of time, I had a text from some good friends of mine saying, hey, did you know that there's a coffee shop that closed that's not reopening, and it's right in the middle of COVID? And I'm like, well, that's interesting. I text her back, said, I used to own a coffee shop years ago. She had no clue. She goes, hey, we need to get with my husband and see if we can maybe partner with this thing and see what might happen. So from there, we got together with them, and I sat down with them, and then the owners that own the other coffee shop happened to be good friends of mine as well. And one thing led to another, and after about a month and a half, God just opened the door for us to have this coffee shop. And man, we came in and began to just grind it out, no pun intended. But it was an incredible way for me to do what I do every single day, and that is to just meet people right where they're at and have great community, conversation, connection over a great cup of coffee.
And it is good coffee, I will tell you that. I've had it on a numerous count of times. So, okay, so talk to me a little bit then. Your business, your community that you have here, right? How have you been able to foster what you have here, right? How has that become? Obviously, your background comes into a huge amount of play there. So, how has that been, and how have you enjoyed that?
It's the reason why I bought this business. The reason why we started this was not to be in the coffee business. I'm in the people business. Yeah. Every single day, fostering that community where you can actually come in and belong. You can decompress, whether it's 5 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I have people sometimes that'll come by and just want to have a discussion. They may not even get a cup of coffee. Some that come by and just want to get a hug. It's that reassuring that there is community, that people do care. And that's what you can feel the moment you walk through the doors of Brother Coffee.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. So mainly you guys have a lot of, we were just talking about this off camera, you guys have a lot of foot traffic and everything there. So let's talk a little bit about your location, where you're at, what that looks like, and then a little bit about what the future looks like.
Yeah, we do have a lot of foot traffic. We're right next door to Manhattan Christian College, across the street from K-State College, right here at 1437 Anderson Avenue. And it's pretty cool because we get a lot of students, a lot of faculty. Obviously, in summertime, it slows down a little bit, and that's okay because I know the kids are off doing their fun, and we kind of regroup and get ready for the year. But we do have an incredible future that's happening. We're in the process of remodeling here as well in our main shop, and then come mid-August, we'll be opening our second location over at the Edge across from the K-State football stadium right next to Rock and K's. We are excited to be in that brand new business building to serve the west side of Manhattan. It's going to be incredible. I am absolutely excited because I know it's a great way to expand our brand and to reach more people and, again, make greater impact in Manhattan community.
Yeah. And I think it's been awesome too. I've loved the fact of what you guys have taken from this and then actually making it to what you're putting out on the Edge and what that's going to look like for you guys in the future. And like you said, a better impact on the people and everything that way. Yeah. So Dave, tell me a little bit about you, the man behind the coffee. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, first and foremost, my family. Yeah. I celebrated 35 years of marriage on Christmas Eve.
Congrats.
Got 2 older kids, one son that's going to be 36, another one that's 32, my daughter. And then I've got 4 grandbabies. They're not all babies anymore. My 2 oldest, one's 14, one's 13, one's 12, and then a 4-year-old. So that's my pride. But also my background is twofold. Yeah. I've been in the ministry for 30 plus years. But I was also in the music business out of Nashville for several years and traveled all over the world, did albums, had a couple of top 10s on radio in the Christian market, but moved here to Manhattan in 2011 as the worship pastor at Westview Community Church. Okay. And from there, God took me on a journey. It's been incredible. We launched a church out east off of 24 called True Church. Yeah. I was the lead pastor of that for almost 6 years and then resigned. And then again, in the middle of those 4 years I was not in church work, I bought coffee business. And so it was incredible to see the journey. But my background, I'm from California originally. Okay. Grew up on the coast out there by Monterey Bay, Salinas, and got married very young. And so we've been traveling in the United States doing ministry and just life changes. But it brought me here to what I call, and we all call, Manhappiness. Sure. Been here since 2011, and I love this community. Yeah. I'm involved in this community heavily with Praise Fest in town. I'm the co-president of that. So just a lot of cool things, a lot of great connections, which has helped me in this business because people already knew who I was to a certain degree, but it's helped build and cultivate those relationships that have helped our business grow.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. So I know Praise Fest is a big event that happens here every single year. So that's awesome. And again, I appreciate you doing things like that because that's a fantastic event. I know that goes off usually without a hitch.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Usually.
Sometimes, but it's good though. It's good.
Yeah. So, okay, well that's perfect. So you've been in the community a while. Yeah. You have a family in the community. You've been here. I know that you're looking at doing that expansion.
Yeah.
What does the future look like for you guys in Brothers Coffee?
Well, we hope to continue to expand. Maybe down the road, you're gonna find us putting together a hut for a drive-through somewhere, since we won't have any drive-throughs yet. We would love to expand down the road. We've been talking about doing a foundation for our company to where we can give back to community through scholarships for Manhattan Christian College as well as K-State to our students that every single day come in here and support us. We would love to be able to do that. So we're talking through that. We've got some podcasts coming up that'll happen here at Brothers Coffee as well. And just continuing to cultivate and help employ people that really love this business. And we're blessed to have some really good employees. A couple of them are gone now for the summer, but that's okay. And, God's really just done an amazing thing for allowing us to continue to reach in the community. But I could see us 5 years from now continuing to expand as much as we can to reach every part of Manhattan.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. So I also want to touch a little bit here. So your coffee is fantastic, right? I've had it. I love it. I enjoy coming in here. Everything's great. How do you continue on a daily basis, getting better coffee, better atmosphere, better everything that way? What does that look like for you personally? What do you instill in the people that come to your establishment? What does that look like for you?
I come from a generation where customer service is number one. Yeah. I almost say this kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I say we're the Chick-fil-A of the coffee business. Where you walk through the door, I know your name, I know your drink. We're constantly making sure that our drinks are consistent, that our coffee is incredible, that our atmosphere is a place where, again, you can belong. And, it's not easy to do that when you're trying to delineate that to employees, but if you create the atmosphere as an owner and you put that expectation there, then you hold them to that expectation. So that's what I do with my employees. I say, hey, number one thing is I need you to take care of our customers because the returning customer is what allows you to sustain and grow. Yeah. And so we've had, ton of returning customers. We also we got Best of Manhattan runner-up this last year from K-State, which was really cool, just in 4 years in. So that was really cool. So I think we're cultivating that atmosphere where people know they can come. They know that I know their name, I know their story, and they're not just another number or another sale.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's actually one of the things I said to you when I walked in. I was like, do you remember me?
Yeah.
4 years ago, right?
4 years
ago,
I met you. Time flies.
Time does fly. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the menu, right? Yeah. You've got, obviously, all kinds of different kinds of coffee. Yep. I know you've got a little bit of food back there as well. Let's talk a little bit about the menu and what people can expect when they walk in the door here.
Sure. We've got, obviously, all your lattes, different flavors. We have cappuccinos. We've got probably the best chai latte in town. Cold brew, our sandwiches. We're a little limited on our menu there. We're actually getting ready to expand that this year, but we've got some good breakfast sandwiches, burritos, all the stuff that would go along with a coffee shop. And even you non-coffee drinkers, we have an awesome hot chocolate, Italian sodas. Yeah. And we're looking at, over the next 6 months to a year, how can we refresh our menus? What can we do to better serve our community and our customers? One of the things we're doing as well, which is exciting, is after 2 o'clock that we close during the summer and then 4 o'clock during the fall, we are now renting out our space for private parties. So anybody that would want to rent this for birthday parties, bridal showers, I don't care what it is. We're here to serve you. You could just rent the space. You can also hire on a barista to go along with that. And so we're creating that opportunity not only here, but we'll be able to do that as well over at the Edge and some conference rooms over there.
Yeah.
So pretty cool opportunity for businesses and to do their meetings at that. We can cater those. My bride makes and bakes all of our pastries, and they are incredible. So you'll have to come try some if you have not done that yet.
No, that's fantastic. I didn't realize you're opening that up for events and
Yeah.
stuff. So, no, that's amazing. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more then about like what are your hours? What does that look like?
Okay.
I know most coffee shops are pretty normal in
Yeah.
that sense, but what are your hours? What does it look like when you come in here, and what can they expect there?
We open Monday through Saturday at 6:30. We close right now during the summer hours while students are gone at 2. During the fall, we close at 4, but we're open Monday through Sunday to serve you 7 days a week. And we will continue to do that over at our new location as well. We'll kind of get in there and see how things are going, and we'll adjust as we need to adjust. Okay. But we love that during the day, a lot of people come here, study, or businesses have meetings here or whatever it is. So we're here to serve the community again, Monday through Sunday, and we're ready to go.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. And you can't see it on camera right now, but there is a private meeting space there that you can, I'm assuming, reserve at some point.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you have that opportunity to do that here, and you heard him. You can have events after the closing hours if you want to reserve this as well. So that's awesome. So let's talk about you a little bit. I always like to ask my interviewers or interviewees, I guess. I always like to ask, what do you like to do when you're not here serving up coffee and serving up good sandwiches and delicious pastries?
Yeah.
What does Dave like to do?
Well, I'm a recording artist, so at least once a year I try to get back to Nashville and do some recording. I'm also a very active person. I'm a runner. Okay. So I run 4 or 5 times a week. Matter of fact, just got back from a 12K in Spokane, Washington. I ran that with my brother. And so we're trying to now make a yearly run somewhere, whether it's in California, Washington. We're going to go all kinds of different places. And then I like to spend time with my bride. I mean, after 35 years of marriage, she's my best friend. So go out to eat and, support local businesses and just spend time together. And then, of course, I'm a pastor as well, so I pastor a great church here in town and just loving that. But, man, just get out and be active in the community. Yes, I do relax at times at home, and that's when I usually get in my chair and I fall asleep, like most guys.
Good point. Good point. So you're one of those crazy ones that likes to run.
Yes.
I have to force myself every single time, but
except when there's humidity like this, not as much.
Right. You step outside and you start
right.
sweating.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, before we wrap up, what would you like to give anybody watching this video, any advice, any either entrepreneurial advice, life advice, or just anything in general? What else would you like to add to viewers?
Well, I would say first about being an entrepreneur. You have to be one of those kind of faith-filled people to do it. I always say I jump off a cliff and I just know the parachute's going to show up sometime when I'm going down. Yeah. And it does every single time. We need good entrepreneurs who are willing to invest into our community here, because I truly believe the fabric of America is small business. As of life advice, I love to pour into people about relationships. It's all about relationships for me. I've learned that burning bridges isn't always the best thing, because many times the people that are the ones that we have to handle the most are the ones that we learn the most from. So, man, whether it's in a marriage relationship or a friendship, cultivate those relationships. Spend time with them. Not just listen to them, but actually hear them and be there for them. I had a lady come by today, and she just literally needed a hug, and she began to bawl. She's been through some really crazy things. So, yeah, that would say, man, and then take life every day. It's a gift. And do not take for granted your time.
Those hit. I mean, it's true. I love that. I love that. So, well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been Dave Romero here with Brothers Coffee with another episode of Local Legends of Flint Hills. If you guys do have any questions, or if you have anything, I'm going to put Dave's contact information, give you ways to reach out to him. And please, 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 if you have somebody that needs a hug, that needs a cup of coffee, that needs to have a conversation, share this video with them, get them in touch with Dave, have them come down to Brothers Coffee and take a look at what they have. This is a fantastic spot. Obviously, you've met Dave, fantastic human being.
Thank you.
And I would highly recommend coming in there. As always, if you haven't done so and you like this content, please go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. Give us that like, because it does help us grow the channel. And again and again and again, please share this video with anybody who needs to hear it, who needs to come down, who needs to see Dave, and give, like I said, give him a hug. So, Dave, thank you, man. I really appreciate you letting me come in and pick your brain. So, otherwise, thank you. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.